welcome to Style with Carol. If you're new here, I do a lot of home decoration videos, organization, style, anything style related, your girl Carol gotcha. So today we are going to be going over 10 surprisingly cheap hacks that make your home look more luxurious. And I'm going to have a bonus tip as well. And I think you're going to really like the bonus tip. So let's get started. Number one is fresh plants. Anytime you add fresh plants into your home, it just gives it an extra layer of oomph, and you can tell. Now, if you're somebody like me that cannot keep on watering plants, I do have artificial, but I make sure to always incorporate fresh plants and make it a priority to always water it and keep it alive, and also pick low maintenance plants that don't necessarily need that much water. And then you can also opt in for, I know in Amazon I've seen those fun little, I guess it's like the stick where you put the water in. I'll make sure to insert a picture, and then water slowly starts coming, so you don't have to water it consistently every day. Once the soil gets dry, it starts to kind of like signal the little pipeline of I guess, I need to find the name. I'm gonna find the name. I'm gonna link it down below so you all know what I'm talking about. And I'm not crazy Carol. But it just helps big time. And there's one that I'm thinking of buying from Amazon. It's like a bird, little flower feeder, I guess, or plant feeder. And basically I just want to put it on a few plants that I know require a little bit more water, and sometimes I do forget about them. So those are the plants that I want to make sure that actually consistently has water, especially when your girl Carol forgets to water the plants. And yes, I have killed a cactus before, so I'm getting better at it. Stay with me. Number two is simple. So you know those package soap or any sort of items that, just look cheap, and I'll put the picture here, and you just want to take those labels out, the ones that have like really cheesy labels, take it out and put it in something more sophisticated. Or you can opt out and do something. What I've done is I've went to Marshall's and I picked one of those pretty soap bottles that already have soap in it. It's like a dish soap thing, and it's really pretty. And I just use that and have that out versus my regular daily grind soap. I keep it hidden under the cabinet, so it's not like such an eyesore. And I found that works well for me. And then when I need to do dishes, everybody's gone, I can just take out the other dish soap, use that, put it back into the cabinets while still keeping the pretty dish soap that I use not on a regular basis, but kind of like, only when guests are there, or I really love the smell of it too. Occasionally I'll use it. And the good thing about it is also I can refill it if I need to. So we'll see, because I am a person who decorates seasonally, so I might have to change it during the winter fall type seasons, because it's a little bit leaned more towards the summer theme of the house, so we'll see. Anyways, number three is toilet paper. I know, you're like, toilet paper? Stay with me. Okay, as a guest, you just know when the toilet paper is nice and clean and soft. This just, the texture of the toilet paper, yeah. You want to not like use those thin toilet papers. And I mean, if you're trying to save money, the thin toilet paper, sure, keep it in your own bedroom area if you want to use the thin toilet paper. But for guests, give them the extra toilet paper with the softness actually there, and not so thin that you feel like you're in a public restroom stall having to use tons of toilet paper, and then afraid that you're gonna clog it all with the amount of toilet paper you have to use because it's so thin. And trust me, your guests will notice the difference. It's all about the small things, the small details that will make your home feel more luxurious. So, number four is towels. The way you present your towels, oftentimes, I know there's like a very easy and simple way to actually put towels. I prefer rolling up the towels, and it just makes it seem just so much prettier, especially in like the guest bathroom areas. If you have more of a half bathroom and you don't have the space to necessarily put your rolled towels, that's okay too, because as long as you pick like a good quality towel in that bathroom, in the guest bathroom, or in the half bathroom that is in the main level that your guests are gonna be using frequently, you wanna make sure the towel is always clean. That's number one. And then you also wanna make sure the towel is like a good quality towel and not like a cheap thin towel as well. Same thing going back to that toilet paper. You want a little bit more thickness and then good quality as well if you're picking up things like that. Number 5 is my husband and your spouse or your significant other or whatever might be like, oh yes, this is the one that you got to pay attention to. Avoid getting things that are, buying things that are just because they're on sale. My husband, if you're watching this, he's probably like, oh yeah, Carol loves sales. Yes, I do. But I'm also very strategic in what I'm picking because, for example, if I know it doesn't go with my house, then I'm not gonna pick it. Or I will try to somehow make it go with my house. Like for example, the Z Gallery, I bought like the Z Gallery picture photo shadow box thing. It's very golden, has lots of golden accents, but the problem is my home is like a lot more cozier, a little bit of like glimpse of gold, but it's not as like bold and out there. Like I feel like that gives it a modern aspect. So I was like, okay, I know I can't use that in my like main floor area because that's the area that is more like farmhouse style, traditional. So I used it in the master bedroom area. And my master bedroom area is a little bit more modern, up to date. So I thought it would fit well in there, and it did. So I'll make sure to insert a picture there of that as well. So number 6 is, this is a kind of a fun trick that I've learned using Pinterest. Steph, if you're watching this, you know Pinterest is probably your arch nemesis because your girl Carol used to use that all the time, and I'm like, oh, look at this, we should do this for the wedding or all that other stuff. But Pinterest, the reason why I say, try to use Pinterest is because if you have something that you actually like, then basically all you need to do is upload the photo on Pinterest, and it's gonna do like backload research of just the image, like an image filtering algorithm type thing, that you'll find the same liked items and places that you can actually buy those items, and they're gonna range from all different prices, which is great. Sometimes you are kind of confused on what to do with your house, so if you have like that type of app, or even in Google, like you can search imagery search, and you'll find a lot of cool things that will work with your house, and you want to always keep that in the back of your mind because you see some pictures that look so cool, but will it go in your house? And just make sure you implement things that go with your house, because unless you want to start from scratch and change your whole space, but I recommend the most affordable way to do it is just try to find liked items. And a lot of times even Home Goods or TJ Maxx has great home items that are very affordable, so definitely recommend those stores. They're a little bit less pricier than the Pier 1 stores, which are RIP Pier 1. I really loved Pier 1 Imports. I really wish they could have made it during the pandemic, but they did not, and I wish they stayed a little bit longer because I feel like they would have. Anyways, that's another story for another day. But yeah, check out those stores. Number 7, linens. So I personally love silk linens in my bed, especially in summer. There's just something so luxurious about waking up and sleeping on like a silk fabric. It just makes me feel like, I don't know, I'm a queen C. So I know some people may or may not like it. You know, it is a slippery type of bed sheet if you have silk, but I'll make sure to link the one below. And if you haven't already, check out my video that sort of goes over the bed sheets and everything that I've used in terms of like the silk bedding that I've used for my coastal master bedroom. And you know, if you ever went to the store and you're like, wow, you look at these comforters and they're so like lush and plushes, well, and then you bring it home and you buy that same comforter and then you're like, wait, it doesn't look like that. Why doesn't it look like this? So I'll teach you some tips and tricks how to make your bedroom kind of have, especially your bed, have like a beautiful showroom vibe that you can really, really feel like you've done it, you've made it in life. Number 8, accent pieces. I feel like with accent pieces, you want to also get accent pieces that blend together. And I really recommend adding in like some gold, some brass, maybe silver, depending on your decorations. Those type of metallic colors will pop the house up. Obviously, you don't want to overdo it with metallic everything, but you know, having metallic accents here and there create like a focus piece, like your jewelry. You don't want to add so much, but you want to add like hints of like, you know, glimmer and a little bit of glitz if you want to say glitz, but just an extra umph of layer so it's not like the same old boring colors and patterns going onto your house, but you have like those accent pieces. Like if you check out the lamps, like I like how I really added the florals, and that was a very cheap improvement that I've done because literally all I did was go to At Home, buy the spiral flowers, and then I hanged them up on my, what is it called, my the pendant lights, because I knew that I didn't want to spend money buying new pendant lights. So I was like, okay, what's the best alternative? So then I was like browsing through Home Goods. I wonder how these will look on the actual pendants because, you know, they're kind of the size of it, and I think it'll look cool. So I tried it, I loved it. People that came over my house loved it as well, and I just never went back, and it goes so nicely with like my actual living room space. So if you want, you can also check out, I have like a whole house tour of like the main level for summer that I've done this year. So make sure you check it out and you see it because, oh my gosh, I'm one happy girl because I didn't have to beg my hubby to change the pendant lights or have to do anything. I just worked with what I have, and that's the main thing. You gotta work with what you have. Number 9. An organized and cluttered-free home. Anytime you have like an organized, cluttered-free home, you just feel like, you know, oh, they have everything put together, when in reality, a lot of times, a lot of the closets in my house, a lot of the drawers in my house are a no show. But the ones that do show, you want to make sure that they are organized. Like my pantry, for example, with my pantry open 24 hours, I make sure that's organized so guests can come in, feel free to grab whatever, everything is laid out. And you know, I did that on a budget, like using like a lot of Dollar Tree and like not expensive items at all in my pantry, but it looks awesome and it looks luxurious because of the DIYs I've done. So if you want to check out my pantry video as well, link down below. So make sure you check that out. And then number 10, very easy, save the easiest for the last, make your bed. All right, true story, it's story time. So my brother brought in a guest, or friend, and my mom, comment down below if you have a mom that would probably do this. My mom was like, oh yeah, you should go to Carol's bedroom. It's like really nice. She just got this mirror thing, and I'm like, oh my gosh. She would do that, and I'm like, thank goodness I made my bed, because if I did not make my bed that day, it would have just been an embarrassment, and I wouldn't even know how to say no to that, because I don't want to be rude, but at the same time, I want to like make sure my house looks clean and like everything's not all over the place, but just making your bed makes it a lot more like put together. So even though there were a few floors, like clothes on the floors near the hamper and stuff like that, it still looked clean, thank God, because I was like, how did I know? I was like, I made my bed. I'm so glad I made my bed. So I feel a little bit better, but I mean, it could have been cleaner if I would have been prepared. But that's why I say make your bed when your guest comes, because you never know when you have to go upstairs and show them, especially if your mom or mother-in-law are in the house and they just want to show off your house. So yes. And then lastly, we're done. If you've made it through this end of the video, bless your heart. But number 10, I think you would really like. It's basically to add a new smart temperature gadget, temperature, what do they call? Here's the picture. You know what it is. But basically, when we got our AC installed, we had to fix our AC unit upstairs, like this year, and it was so hot. Thank goodness we did it in the beginning, otherwise we would have not been able to sleep, because for the past days when the AC wasn't working, we were sleeping in the basement because that was like the coolest spot in the house. But now that it is working, and when we got a new AC unit, we also got a Google smart temperature controller in the master bedroom as well. So not only does it look so nice, like it gives you that luxurious, whoa, you have like cool, smart, like a smart home pretty much, because you can use your Google Assist or Alexa and control the temperature, or use your phone. So it's economically friendly as well, because you're not spending crazy amount of money, especially when you're not home, on your AC bill or heating bill. You're able to control it when you're not even home. So that was the biggest, like, yes, bonus tip that I actually haven't ever seen in any other videos. So I really think the bonus tip is one that if all else fails, you should implement, because it not only gives your house like that luxurious high-end vibe, but it actually saves you money, especially in the long run. You have more control over the temperature of your home, and what more can you ask for, you know? Functionality and look, and it's the temperature is really, I feel like it goes with any sort of home or style. It's like literally like a nice mirrored type piece. But one thing you do have to make sure, if you are getting the temperature control, especially the Google Nest, and you have like the older rectangular type temperatures on the wall, you want to get like the cover on case as well that will block that, so you don't have to paint it. And then you can just put your Google Nest or the smart thermometer on top of it. So try to make sure you get that if you are considering getting the smart temperature controller. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope you like this video. Give it a thumbs up if you found some value somewhere throughout the video, throughout Carol talking. If you found some value, give it a like and comment down below. That would help me out a lot. Thank you. God bless. Goodbye until next time. Bye, my friends.